Shabbat Shalom. I am Rabbi Lauren Werber at Congregation Beth Adam in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm glad to be here celebrating Shabbat with you in this way. Since this weekend marks Mother's Day, we will be acknowledging throughout the service those people in our lives who have nurtured us and cared for us and helped us to become who we are. We begin with one of our Beth Adam reflections. We join together with different voices and shared ideas to celebrate the Sabbath. We affirm our bond with each other, our people, and our heritage. We come here to draw strength from one another, to bridge our separateness, to reflect on our shared place in the world. On this Sabbath, we clear our eyes of everyday cares to look beyond ourselves. We share the visions of our ancestors and of all those who have nurtured us as we strive to amplify their life and their light in the world. Together we attempt what we cannot do alone. Together we build bridges of strength and beauty to carry us through our daily lives as we step forward to embrace the future. Our opening song is L'cha iti. It offers, perhaps for Mother's Day, a feminine personification of Shabbat, telling us, "Come with me to meet the bride. Let us welcome the Sabbath, a Sabbath of peace and blessing."
L'cha iti likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabla L'cha iti likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabla Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom umevorah Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom Shabbat shalom umevorah.
We offer a reflection for the lighting of the Shabbat candles for mothers and for all who share their light. As we light these candles to welcome Shabbat, we give thanks for the light in our lives, for the light of memory, reminding us of those who came before us, creating our roots, fostering our sense of belonging, and challenging us to carry on their legacies. For the light of the present moment, giving us the gift of people who love us, care for us, and encourage us to be our best selves. And for the light of hope, calling us to imagine a time in which future generations give thanks for the light we shared with them, for the world we helped inspire them to build. We give thanks for light and for those who spread light as we kindle our Shabbat candles. Baruch ha'or ba'olam, blessed is the light within the world. Baruch ha'or ba'adam, blessed is the light within each person. Baruch ha'or ba'Shabbat, blessed is the light of Shabbat. In this unpredictable, often broken world in which we live, we offer this evening a prayer for peace, written by two mothers, one Palestinian, Ibtisam Mahamid, and one Israeli, Tamar Elad Applebaum. These are their words adapted for us. Let us be a light for peace. Now more than ever during these days of so much crying, a light to illuminate our future face to face, a light across borders, beyond fear. May we be among those who bring light where there is darkness, healing where there is brokenness, and peace to all of the earth's inhabitants. Baruch Or HaShalom. Blessed is the light of peace. Na'aseh Shalom. These are words meaning we will make peace in the world. We will make peace for us and all the world. And let us say, Amen.
Na'aseh shalom ba'olam. Na'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. V'maru, amen. Na'aseh shalom, na'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Na'aseh shalom, na'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Na'aseh shalom, na'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Na'aseh shalom, na'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Na'aseh shalom, na'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
If you know a little bit about Thurgood Marshall, you might know that he argued the landmark Brown versus Board of Education case before the U.S. Supreme Court, and that he later became Justice Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American United States Supreme Court justice. He accomplished this and more as the grandson of an enslaved individual. And in part because of that, he became a sort of poster child for the American dream, for people saying that anyone can pull themselves up by their bootstraps, anyone can become anything if they work for it. But Justice Marshall pushed back against that idea, knowing full well that it takes more than gumption, more than grit to reach our dreams. He very famously explained, "None of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because somebody, a parent, a teacher, an Ivy League crony, or a few nuns bent down and helped us pick up our boots. None of us got where we are alone. It wasn't always a mother or only a mother, but throughout our lives, at least at some critical times in our lives, someone noticed us. They encouraged us, believed in us, bent down, and helped us pick up our boots." In honor of Mother's Day, let's take a moment to look at two women from Jewish tradition who serve as very powerful examples of this. The first is Pharaoh's daughter in the biblical Exodus story. When she goes down to the river, she first notices a basket and opens it. And then, against the norms of her time, she chooses compassion for the Hebrew child she finds. And she decides to provide for him and eventually to love him as her son. From there, we have the entire story of Moses and the Exodus. Moses becomes who he is because Pharaoh's daughter bends down, lifts him out of the basket, and eventually helps him to pick up his boots. Without the Egyptian girl who takes the time to notice and who chooses to nurture, we have no story of the Jewish people. And if we don't have a story of the Jewish people, we could not have become the Jewish people. And so without the story of Pharaoh's daughter, without the person who chooses to nurture, we have no peoplehood. And in case that's not enough, tradition pushes the idea even further with the Talmud. And the Talmud describes a phenomenal female scholar. Yes, we have some of those. A female scholar, I'm saying even in that ancient history, right? Her name is Bruria. You may have heard of her. So Buria's husband prays for the death of neighborhood hooligans. Some things never change, right? He prays for the death of these hooligans, but then Bruria cautions him. And she says to pray not for the death of wrongdoers, but instead for the end of wrongdoing, right? Not to pray for difficult or destructive people to disappear, but to imagine what they might become instead. Sometimes, she shows us, nurturing isn't just noticing somebody's pain, it's seeing their potential. As Mother's Day approaches, perhaps we can each find time to reflect on the people who chose to notice us, to bend down and help us pick up our boots, to provide for us and believe in us and envision what we might become. If we're blessed to have these people still in our lives, it's a good time to say thank you. And if not, it's certainly a good time to remember them fondly and with gratitude. And we might also reflect on how we ourselves can take notice, how we can choose to offer compassion and care like Pharaoh's daughter, how we can envision the possibilities of others like Bruria. May each of us, may each of you have a peaceful Shabbat and a meaningful Mother's Day. May you celebrate the people in your lives who lifted you up. Ken Yehi Ritzonenu. May it be our will. We turn now to remembering all of those people in our lives who helped us to be who we are, and all those people who have only us to remember. Now the world is different, emptier and strange. But you never leave me, floating through my mind. Before you were out there, now you're in here with me. A room full of people, but when I look, I can only see them faintly beyond your face. I'm listening, but I can barely hear them on the other side of your voice. And when I speak, I hear your cadence in my voice. And when I turn my head, I feel it settle at the angle you left vacant. Now, as I reflect, I recognize your thinking, shaping my own thoughts. The world is different, and I don't need to hold on to you. You will never leave me. Ein bidei ha'mavet ha'koach la'korma shetamun balev. Death cannot take that which is locked in our hearts. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. With our courage and our strength, we do not forget. Acts of kindness, deeds of courage will remain. Beauty created, wisdom shared is not lost. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. Im dema'ot be'enenu, be'et avlenu, nishmor al zecher ahuvenu. With our tears and our sorrow, we remember. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. May the memory of good people bless our days. We lift this cup of wine together as a tribute to our past, as a blessing for our future. May the allure of its untold flavors beckon us forever to keep uncovering new branches, new roots that hold us together. Tonight, as we welcome the Shabbat, may we find time to spend in our own quiet company and listen to the calling of our hearts. Bruchim hachayim ba'olam, blessed is the life within the world. Bruchim hachayim ba'adam, blessed is the life within us. L'chaim. Our closing song is a simple one, Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is this day, a Sabbath of peace.
Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
May we know blessings those who are near. May we know blessings those who are far. May the Sabbath bring its goodness to everyone soon, wherever they are. May we know blessings through the day. May we know blessings through the night. May health be for all children. All things soon be right. May we know blessings in our comings. May we know blessings when we depart. May we live each day with peace and wisdom in each heart. Shabbat Shalom. I wish you a meaningful Mother's Day weekend. May it be a Sabbath of peace.